Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching us from. This is the Kenyan Creative. Welcome to another episode of optimizing your social media accounts through design and management. Now, today we're going to be learning how to make a presentation. There are so many tools that you can use to make a presentation, including Google Slides, PowerPoint, Prezi, Canva, and so many more. But in this case, because I am well versed in Canva, I'm going to be using Canva to make a presentation. Remember, I always tell you, use the tool that you're well conversant with, use the tool that you have experience with, because that is the tool that you can use to make something good. All right, so in this case, because I have been using Canva for quite some time, let's go over to Canva. But before that, let me give you some basics or some basic rules that you need to know when you're designing presentations. So in this case, I went over to ChatGPT and it generated for me some important rules when you are designing a presentation. So number one is that you need to understand your audience and purpose. For example, if your audience are students or business professionals, there's a way you need to tailor your content so that they are able to understand all it actually relates to them. Number two is that you need to create an outline. You need to have an introduction, your main points, and a conclusion. Number three is that you need to choose a theme, and a theme is actually important. You need to have a certain kind of consistency. So you need to have some, consistent colors, fonts, and layout styles, which is important in making sure that your presentation looks neat. Secondly, you also need a visual identity, is that you need to align with the topic. For example, if maybe your corporate presentation has a certain format for colors, then you're going to use that one. Of course, as I said, you can use built-in templates in PowerPoint, Google Slides, or Prezi. Then you need to have some slide layouts. For example, you need to keep the slides minimal with concise text. You need to make sure that your visuals are very high. This includes images, icons, and charts. And you also need to make sure that you use large and readable fonts. This is actually important because maybe you're going to project your presentation on a screen or a projector. So it's important for you to use very large fonts so that people are able to see. They will not struggle. Remember, if you're in a very large room, then you need to use larger fonts so that everybody is able to see. You also need to maintain a white space. Don't put too much information in one slide. You can always use more slides if you have too much content, but avoid using too much write-ups. Number five is that you need to use engaging visuals. This is quite important. I think people relate more to graphics and animations. So this is just a bit of spicing up things. And then you also need to incorporate branding. For example, if you're presenting for a company, ensure that the branding, that is their logo or color scheme fonts, is consistent across the slides. And then you have to use your color effectively. Yes. Use contrasting colors for text and background to enhance readability. So for example, if your background is black, you can use white for the text. If your background is white, you can use black for the text. All right, so contrast is quite important. And then you can spice up things by adding media. You can use videos or audio clips. And then you need to proofread, check the flow of your content, and practice delivery. And then after that, you need to add the closing slides with key takeaways or call to action. All right, so with all this, I think we can go directly to designing a presentation. So I'm going to come here and search for presentation, and we're going to use one of the templates that is appealing to us. So you can see here, this is actually part of what I've done for a client, but I'm not going to show you because it is personal property. So I think like this one looks nice, as you can see. This one also looks nice. I think I like the black. So let's click on this one. All right, so this actually looks very nice because it has a combination of graphics, animations, photos. So it looks very nice. All right, so you can see there's so many templates. You see, like this one, I think it looks a bit appealing to a younger audience. because of the design. You can see this one looks more professional. This one you could be presenting to CEOs, as you can see. So these are actually very creative things that you can actually see. This is actually one that is in relation to, you can see this one appeals maybe to the teens because it seems creative. So many things, but in this case, let's go with this one. I think I'm okay with this one. I'm gonna come here and click on customize this template, and it's gonna take me to a new tab where I can now edit, all right, based on my preferences. So in this case, the first thing I always recommend is to rename your project so that it is easier for you to find it, to search for it. All right, so let's say for this case, I'm going to, because here I'm seeing the word Bosele, let's assume that's the company name. So I'm gonna write here Bosele. Is it Bosel or Bosel? I don't know. So Bosel, and I'm gonna say this is a presentation. All right, let's rename it as Bosel Business Presentation. All right, so you can see I have now actually renamed it, and it is important to note that Canva actually saves your design automatically. You don't need to keep on saving, it saves your design automatically. And remember, everything is online, so things are actually working good. All right, so you can see here maybe it is saying that the saving has been paused. Maybe it's because of my network, but in any case, know that the design is supposed to be saved automatically. All right, so this is our introduction, and as you can see, we have our, maybe I can assume this is the company name or the logo, and this is our title. This is an image representing, and then we have the website. All right, so you can see in the second slide, this is about us, and you can actually edit if maybe you don't like. So let's edit. For example, in this case, we're going to use ChatGPT to tell us something about this, so that I can show you how you can do it. All right, so let's create a new chat. All right, so let me prompt it. I am making a presentation about a business. Type for me the following sections. All right, so the company deals with importing goods, writes and about goods. So I'm gonna show you what you're gonna do. All right, so you can see it's actually typing for me. This is what now will copy and paste in this about us. All right, remember, if you're making a presentation, you have to have the notes ready, all right, so that the only thing you're doing is to copy and paste the important information. So let me just copy this one. I'm gonna come back to my presentation, double click and hit Control V. So as you can see, I can align it to the left so that it's looking neat. And then the font, let me change it. We say that we're going to use, as you can see here, we're going to use 2428 so that it is legible. All right, so you can see if I click 28, let me put it to 32 so that it's looking nice. So I'm going to stretch it like that so that it is able to fit. All right, so you can see the company name here, we're going to change it to Bosel. And so this one, we're going to adjust this photo to something relevant. So let me come here and search for import. All right, so I can either add a graphic or a photo. So I think this one looks nice, so we're gonna drag it like that. Good. If maybe you want something like this, I think this one looks nice. Yeah, something like that. So you can see in this case, I want to spice things a bit, so I'm gonna change this color to what I'm seeing here. This is a bit of yellow, and like that. So I think I'm okay with that. So we're gonna move this one a bit. I think that looks okay. Alignment is very important. Right, now let's go to the next page. This is our vision. So come here back and write for me a vision section. From the above. Alright, so it seems it's loading a bit, but in any case I'm gonna give it time to be able to load. So you can actually put your vision here, and based on your vision you can come and maybe search for a graphic that is relating to vision. So as you can see, we have this is a graphical representation of vision. So I'm gonna delete this one just to spice things up, but show you how you can actually put vision. Alright, so I think I can put like this one is looking okay. And I'm gonna drag this one here, put this one here, somewhere like that, and then put it to the side like that. All right, so let's put everything to the center like that. This one there, and that one there. All right, so this one, change the font to around 32 because that is what we are using. Even in this one we use 32. So you can see now we are actually adjusting things. All right, so you can come and paste your vision here. All right, so I think this one is loading, so we're not going to adjust, but in any case just come and paste your vision here. All right, if you want to align things, maybe you can group them together and align it at the center like that. All right, so remember, alignment is quite important because it is how things relate. You don't just put this one here or this one here. No, you have to put it somewhere in relation to what you have. All right, so you can see this is somehow relating to this one, so that is what we call alignment. And you can see the logo, company name, and this color are consistent to all the pages, which is something that is good. All right, so because in the second page I used yellow for the heading, so this one I'm also going to adjust to yellow, as you can see, like that. All right, let's go to the next page. This is a mission, so you can come here and search for mission. You're going to adjust this one to the relevant fonts, adjust this color to the relevant color, align things the way they're supposed to be, and then change this image to something that is relevant to your mission. All right, so remember you can also actually for example like this one. Okay, so it looks nice. I think that looks okay with me. So next, what we're gonna do, go to the next page, and you can see we have a list of company goals. So in this case, maybe I can turn this into a list like that, so that it's looking something. But because of spicing this up, let me delete this one and make it so, for example, I can actually put a list of graphics that represent the company goals. So for example, to become a leader, so I can look for leader. All right, so like that. Let me delete this one. Let me take it this one here. All right, so let's go back and copy this and bring it here, paste it, and then we can put it somewhere like that where this starts. Align it to the left like that. Good, so it's looking okay. I can put it somewhere like there. All right, so good. So you can write your company goals here. You can see it's still loading, so maybe has something. Okay, so next page, you can see this is actually a very nice illustration of your strengths and weaknesses. You see he has actually used This is a text, this is a line, and this is a text. So it's a very good representation of a SWOT analysis. Then in the next page they have actually used a graph. Wow, this is actually very impressive, very impressive. I think this is something that I should actually look at and see how to generate a graph. So you can see this is a chart, quite interesting, because it's actually making the presentation very smart. This is actually, you can see this is actually part of just showcasing the percentage. This is another chart. This is a series of photos, and this is finally your conclusion, and this is the final page. You can see this presentation is actually nicely done. The only thing that you're supposed to do is to adjust based on your preferences. So you can see page number 1, page number 2, number 3, and number 4 we have already adjusted. So page number 5 too, we have also adjusted. So all you're gonna do is to just adjust based on your preferences, and you'll be able to have a presentation. Now, to spice things up, maybe we can add video, and we can also maybe add an audio and see how things will be. All right, because you've already seen that they already like, for example, using a chart is absolutely amazing, because you are showcasing, you know, a certain information in form of a chart, which is actually creative. So let me show you. If, for example, let's duplicate this page, and then we're gonna delete all these things, and then I'm gonna come here for the elements, and I'm going to search for videos. So for example, SWOT analysis, I'm gonna search for a video relevant to SWOT analysis. I'm gonna come to the videos tab, and you can see here this is looking, I think this one is looking okay, so let me add this one. All right, so I'm gonna position it at the middle and at the center like that. Okay, so let's come to position and click on middle. All right, so maybe I can actually reduce this so that it's middle and center like that. All right, so you can see it's gonna play, and it will be a video. If I want to add another video, I can actually add another one. Okay, so I think now you're getting the gist of what we are doing. So if I want to add an audio, I can just come here and click on audio, and I will be able to add an audio. All right, so you can see this is actually what is happening, and it's looking nice like that. Okay, so I think we have already gone through the gist of how to make a presentation. So that is for today. You guys have a very nice time. See you in the next video.